These splicing videos are intended to show the techniques involved in splicing Samson high-performance ropes. Some repetitive sequences have been edited for time. Watch the video to become familiar with the individual steps of the splice. When performing the splice, follow Samson's written instructions for the step-by-step procedure. Written instructions at samsonrope.com. This splice procedure has been developed and tested for use with Samson Class 1 products only. Class 1 ropes are produced with traditional fibers, polyester, olefin, or nylon fiber. Instructions for this splice can be downloaded as an Acrobat PDF file from samsonrope.com and are also available in print form in the Samson Splicing Manual. The end-for-end splice is used to join the ends of a section of rope to form an endless loop or a grommet, or when removing a damaged section from a rope to join two remaining sections into a single piece. 8-strand ropes, also known as plaited ropes, are composed of 8 strands grouped into 4 pairs. 2 of these pairs turn to the left and 2 pairs turn to the right. The written instructions refer to gray and white strands. Here, we are marking the similar strand pairs for easy identification. From the end of the rope, count 10 picks and make mark 1. The mark should pass over the center of the 2 pairs of strands that rotate in the same direction. Make mark 1 on both ends of the rope and apply tape tightly at both marks. Now, working from the tape to the end of the rope, mark all the strands that rotate to the left. There will be 2 pairs. Marks need to be clearly visible. These are analogous to the gray pairs in the written instructions. Note that the marked strands are directly opposite each other in the braid. Continue marking the left rotating pairs to mark 1, then for at least 5 picks beyond the mark. Turn the rope over and mark the opposite pairs that rotate to the left. Mark both ends of the rope in the same way. At the end of the rope, remove the tape. Now, tape each of the 8 strands individually. With the ends taped, unlay the strand pairs all the way back to the tape at mark 1. Keep the pairs of strands together while embraiding. Now untwist each strand pair so the 2 strands lie parallel, rather than twisting around each other. Tape the ends of the pair together. Repeat for each of the 4 strand pairs. Tape, unbraid, remove the twist, and tape the pairs together on both rope ends. Lay out the 2 ropes as shown here. The marked strands are in the middle, with the unmarked strand pairs at the top and bottom. Arrange the strand pairs as shown. Orient the rope so that one set of the unmarked strands is at the top. This places the other marked strands in the middle. There will be an unmarked pair on the bottom. First, pass the lower marked strand pair on the left through the lower marked strand pair on the right. Join the remaining marked strand pairs the same way. Be careful not to twist the strand pairs. Join the unmarked strand pairs with the strand pairs on the right, passing through the unmarked strand pairs on the left. Use care to make sure the strand pairs are not twisted when joining. Pull the joint strand pairs to bring both marks 1 together. Pull them up snugly. Now the ropes are joined. With the 2 marks together and all the strand pairs oriented as shown, tie a piece of twine tightly around the marriage point. Remove the tape at both marks 1. At this point, the splice proceeds the same way in both directions. The tucking procedure is the same as that for the Class 1 8-strand I-splice. The marked pairs will be tucked under unmarked pairs, and the unmarked pairs will be tucked under marked pairs. Begin the first round of tucks. Here, an unmarked strand pair is tucked under a marked strand pair. Tuck it under the marked pair closest to the twine at the marriage point. Pull the strand pair completely through, making certain the strands don't twist in the process. The second unmarked pair is tucked under the marked strands on the opposite side of the rope. Now the marked pairs are tucked under the unmarked pairs. The strands of most 8-strand ropes are easily loosened to allow the tucks to proceed, but if necessary, use a fid or marlin spike to open the braid. With the first round of tucks complete on one side of the marriage point, these strands are routed. Now, route the strands on the opposite side of the marriage point. Marked pairs under unmarked pairs, unmarked pairs under marked pairs. With the first round of tucks made, pull all 4 strand pairs up snug. Check for any pairs that may have twisted in the process and correct if necessary. Pull all 8 strands up snug. The marriage point should look like this. With the first round of tucks complete, continue tucking in the same sequence. Marked pairs under unmarked pairs and unmarked pairs under marked pairs. for 4 full tucks with all 4 strand pairs. With the first round of tucks complete, working on one side of the marriage point, continue tucking in the same sequence. Notice that the marked strands will follow the same pair of marked strands in the rope as the tucks proceed. With 4 tucks of all 4 strand pairs complete, separate the strand pairs. Select the strand furthest from the eye in each of the 4 strand pairs, and continue tucking the single strand for 2 more tucks. The remaining tails will be taped and cut off when all the strand pairs are separated and the final 2 tucks have been made with all 4 remaining strands. The tucks continue with the single strands in the same pattern, marked strands under unmarked strands, and unmarked strands under marked strands, for 2 more full tucks. Now the same sequence is performed on the other side of the marriage point. 4 full tucks with the strand pairs, then 2 more tucks with 1 strand removed from each pair. Tape all the tails, and cut off, leaving the tails long enough to allow splice setting when it is loaded. The splice is now complete. The finished splice should look like this, all tucks following the original lay of the rope. The 8 ends can be heat fused so they won't fray, but be careful to avoid damaging any of the strands.